Hey, what's up guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and we're here with a new artist journey video. So today, we're going to be talking about the end times, okay? So, this isn't the end of like the channel or anything, you know, even though I've been kind of letting the channel die a little bit, right? Which is my fault. I've been really busy, you know, and just kind of like having a hard time recording. But I have a couple of I have like some video ideas lined up and like some art book reviews almost ready to go. But I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, recent developments, not in my life, but like, you know, in the state of the world, and maybe some thoughts and opinions, and, you know, just how to maybe navigate the situation as an artist, right? So, right now, the US is looking really bad right now, okay? And like, thank God I'm living in Osaka, because the US is just a mess, okay? Just a fucking mess, right? And like, I woke up today and I saw like news that like the US and Europe are kind of just breaking up right now. Like, you know, right now there's like mass protests all over the US, like because of like, you know, basically Elon Musk like taking over the country, which is, you know, not cool, right? And it's really strange for me because like I left the US knowing that, like, you know, like last year in October, knowing that, like, you know, basically like I'm escaping like this giant fucking nuke like of a country, right? And it's really like I was like, okay, well, I knew that, right? But like, it's crazy to see how that nuke is, you know, like, you know, reaching critical mass, expanding until like eventually explodes, right? And one, I gotta say, like, you know, I gotta stay here, dude. Okay, like, you know, at this point, like high hell or high water, I gotta stay in Japan, because this shit, like, over there, like, I'm like, good luck, guys, right? Good luck. And I know that a lot of you guys, you know, live in the U.S. and are U.S. citizens like me, right? All I gotta say is, like, get out, dude. Get the fuck out of there, dude. Okay, find somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe you guys can't afford it, right? And all I gotta say is, you know, I wish you luck, okay? Because the U.S. is it's falling apart. It really is. Like, I don't think there is like, maybe there's a way back. I don't know what that looks like, right? But we are currently in like a huge transition in the world right now, and I don't really know what that's gonna look like, and nobody really does, right? Because it's just the chaos times, right? And it really feels like the culmination of the past 5 years, right? Like, now we're really getting to this peak of like craziness, and like oligarchical, like, you know, ruling over, you know, the once great nation, and like, you know, whether you're left or right, you know, like, it's you know, it's fucked. I don't think anybody can argue with that, right? I'm not really like political person, right? But I can tell when shit's fucked up, dude. Okay, and like right now the U.S. is beyond fucked up. Okay, and like, my heart bleeds. You know what I mean? For the citizens, for the people, right? After leaving the U.S., I started to realize, like, I really like what did I like about the U.S.? What did I like about living there and being like an American, right? And that is, I loved the diversity, right? Which is not something that I get here in Japan at all, right? I loved the people, right? Because the people are like, people are cool, governments are bad, right? And that has, I think that's reigned true no matter where you go in the world, right? You know, going to Vietnam recently, I saw that, like, you know, the people are like awesome, right? And even the government's like not that bad, right? Because they've done things that the U.S. could never do, right? And I realized that a lot of countries do not have the dysfunction of the U.S. because in most cases, a country is usually like one ethnicity, right? And that doesn't like there's less divide because of that. You know what I mean? Because because of the homogenous nature of like Japan or Vietnam or Korea or any of these like Asian countries, you know, generally people kind of like have similar views. Not everyone has the same view, but like, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to certain things, they kind of like work together in that view, right? And the U.S. is not like that, right? It's a very special country because it doesn't have that, right? And that's something that I really loved about the U.S., right? That like, you know, like I grew up in a Mexican and a Viet area, right? And there was like no white people at all, right? And that's like something that would never happen in like other countries. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily that like, you know, there isn't like a group of, you know, immigrants in another country. It's like the fact that there's two groups of immigrants next to each other, and the majority race is not within that small little center, and it's like in a different country, right? And you know, like having different cultures in your life really changes your views on things, really opens up your mind, right? And I think it affects not just you, but you know, also your work, right? How you view things and like how open you are to other people, right? That's something that's also great about the U.S. People are very open, very like open to each other, very like happy. You know what I mean? I've realized being here, surrounded by foreigners, that like they are very surprised at how like smiley we are, about how like happy we are, how open we are, how welcoming we are, right? I realize that the Europeans and Asians are very like closed off, like, you know, like a friend is someone who's a little bit more precious. You know what I mean? Right? Like the gate to friendship is much higher than in the U.S. The U.S. like our friendship gate is like super low, and like we can make friends like instantly, and be open. You know what I mean? Right? Whereas like with the other people, they have like a harder time. It takes more. But yeah, this is besides the point, right? Because right now, the U.S. is not making many friends right now because the government is a mess. Okay, and I wanted to talk about like, you know, people who are living there, right? How you can navigate the situation, right? For the artists, right? This is for the artists. You know, you guys are living in crazy times, and all I gotta say is you gotta just keep drawing, dude. Okay, you gotta keep drawing. You gotta keep painting. You gotta keep whatever you're doing. You just keep doing that, right? As the world explodes, you just keep drawing, dude. Okay. I recently found out that like in the brain, right? That like so like the same part of the brain or something like that holds anxiety, right? When you do art, it like deactivates it, right? Like there's like a part of the brain that does art and is creative, right? And there's a part that's like anxiety, right? And like by doing the creative thing, doing the art thing, it completely deactivates anxiety, right? And so what you see is that like a lot of people with like, you know, high levels of anxiety, who are anxious, they tend to be very creative because it is a great release from that anxiety, right? And you know, like as an artist, right? We already knew this, you know, because like we have problems, we have like, you know, the world like fucking up, right? We have like families fucking up, right? We have our friendships, you know, every like things get messed up in an artist's life, right? And to deal with that anxiety and that kind of like that void, right? We take that and we channel it into something creative, right? Into something that is beyond us, okay, more powerful than us, right? And it allows us to ascend, right? I know for you guys, I know for myself, right, that when I'm painting, when I'm drawing, I feel like I'm floating up to the lofty realm, okay, to the divine realm. You know what I mean? Which is true, okay. It's a moment where you really feel your true self, right? And I've been pitching this stuff to you guys for years now, and I can't believe it's been 5 years, really. And all I gotta say is that for a lot of people during like crazy times like this, it is difficult. It is difficult to want to do that. You know what I mean, right? To ascend to the divine realm, right? To paint, to draw, to create, right? And it really feels like we're in this like crazy like transitionary time, where like not just like the US, you know what I mean, but the whole world is kind of just like folding in on itself, and we don't really know what it's gonna look like in like the next 10 years, you know what I mean? So in this period of chaos, there's gonna be a lot of anxiety, and I think, to me, the antidote for chaos has always been art, okay? Because art takes chaos, brings order to it, right? And allows like a structuring of chaos, but it's also made of chaos, right? So it's like made from chaos, but formed by order, right? And we can do that for ourselves with our work, right? So I can't help the US. I can't help the world, like, in its state right now. It's fucked, dude. Nobody can do shit, dude. Okay? That's up to people who are not qualified and assholes and money grubbers and like warmongers and like the governments of the world who are extremely incompetent, right? It's up to them, right? Good job, guys. You've done quite the job, okay, in the past 5 years. Good job, governments of the world. Good job, warmongers. Like you've shown that we are not above what we were, okay. And I'd like to say that, like, like as everybody says, like, oh no, this has happened before. When I was 80 years old, when I was lad in 1843, we thought the world was gonna end, blah 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 blah, right? And it's like I don't know, this seems a little different, this seems like a little like crazier than before, right? And then so we can't really like give those placid remarks, you know what I mean? Like these remarks that are like oh no, everything's gonna be okay. And it's like that's just cope, dude. Okay, that's just cope. Things are not gonna be all right. Things are gonna fucked up, dude, right? So all we can do, right, as artists, right, because that's my team, those are my people, right? All we could really do is just to keep drawing, guys. Okay, like in a world of chaos, create some order. You know what I mean? In a world of destruction, create something, make beauty, right? Because that's all we really can do. That's all, that's what we do as artists, right? So if you're a painter, paint, dude. If you are a character designer, make some characters, right? Maybe you can make fun of the situation. I don't know, right? If you're a political artist or some shit, right? I'd like to say that, there's still hope, right? But the hope is more of like a personal and internal hope. You know what I mean? Like a hope in my work, myself, right? My creations, right? And then maybe like when the missile hits the room, right? Maybe they'll find like in the rubble like a piece of work that's like, oh wow, look at this person who, despite all odds, kept creating, right? I hope things improve, right? I hope everyone is, like, wherever you are, that you're safe, If you're not safe, you know, I hope that you find safety, right? But we live in clearly an unsafe world, and all I can really say is to just keep drawing, guys. You know, and that may seem very like you know, well, that's not a real solution, right? But like, you know, again, the anxiety and the creativity parts of the brain, like, you know, deactivate the anxiety, right? So for, I guess, for like maybe a moment, you could relieve yourself of the perils of the world, right? I've been doing that for years, you know, and I'm still kicking. I'm living in Japan now, right? I've always followed my heart. I've always followed my dreams, right? People probably think that I'm a fool half the time for the things that I do, but I'm still here. You guys are still here, right? Keep dreaming, keep living, you know. And I think maybe we'll make it through it, okay? Maybe we'll make it through, maybe, okay? I'm not gonna say that like, oh my God, of course we're gonna make it. It's like, you know, I'm not a fool, right? Even though I am a fool, right? So, stay hopeful, guys. Keep drawing, keep painting. Deactivate that anxiety part of your brain by activating the creativity. Let time pass and we'll see what the new world looks like, okay? Hopefully, past all this, it'll be a brighter one, okay? Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like, hit the subscribe, check out my prints and Patreon. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member and join that Discord, okay? Don't worry, guys. There's more videos coming. It just might take a while, right? I'll catch you guys later. All that bullshit. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.